So hello my dear student, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to explain you the whole story of class 10 English literature, chapter number 1, A Letter to God, which will help you to building the clear concept. So let's start today's class. But let me start before the story, the chapter sketch of Letter to God. This chapter sketch is very important. See, this story recounts the hard life and extreme faith in God of a poor farmer. His name was Lencho. He lived in a mountain of the city who has lost his crop due to heavy rainfall and hailstorm. His total crop was the only source of income to fulfill his family's need and desires. He is firmly believers of a God. He think that God will help him in such a difficult situation and would not let him alone and his family die due to hunger and starvation. So he decided to write a letter to God to seek help. Lencho letter was actually found to some kind of good employees of the post office and who decided to help him. So this story tells us to have faith in God and never lose hope in difficult time and situation, and always do hard work, no problem what is happening. So let me tell you about the characters in a letter to God. The first important character of the story is Lencho. Lencho was a name of a farmer. He is a poor farmer who lives on the crest of a low hill in the town with his family, and he was the blind and deepest believers of God. He is innocent, he is hopeful, caring, and responsible person. After Lencho, the second important character is the postmaster. The postmaster is the employee of post office, which is a fat, amiable fellow who helped Lencho, retain his faith in God. He gave a part of his own salary in the charity for Lencho on behalf of God without telling him name. Third is the post office employees. People who help Lenchos in adverse situation on postmaster call. They first laugh at Lencho. When they saw the letter, they totally shocked. But they help him in his need. At last, Lencho called them a bunch of crooks. In the end of the story, you will see. Now the explanation of the chapter is like this. A Letter to God is written by G.L. Fuentes. The writer of the story is G.L. Fuentes. Okay? G.L. Fuentes depicts unwavering faith of a farmer in God. It begins with a farmer whose name is, I just said, Lencho. He expecting for a good rain, shower, to nourish his field of corn. He is very confident about his harvest, that this will going to yield him huge profits, just like it does every year. To his utmost excitement, rainfall did happen, and Lencho compared that rainfall with 5 and 10 cents coins. But sooner, these rainfall turned into a hailstorm, which totally destroyed his whole crop of field. The damage by hailstorm posed a threat to the Lencho's family of survival, as their entire livelihood was dependent on the year's produce. Although disheartened, the family had a robust belief in the Almighty God. The postmaster collects money for Lencho to give his faith in God. So an employee of the post office which received the letter showed this letter to the postmaster. The postmaster laughed seeing the address because it was written to God. He wished himself to have such a faith in God. He had an idea to answer the letter. He read the letter, and after reading the letter, he found that the writers really needed the money. The postmaster sympathized with the poor man, this Lencho, And to keep his faith in God intact, he decided to collect money from his friends and employees at a post office, and also he gave his own contribution. The postmaster can collect only 70 peso, but Lencho asked 100, isn't it? He put the money in an envelope and addressed it to Lencho. He wrote a single word on it, God, as a signature in the last. Now what happened? Lencho received the money from the God. The following Sunday, the next Sunday, it means the following Sunday on, in that country, Lencho came to the post office. He asked to post office employees about the letter for him. He was given that letter. But Lencho did not show any surprise on seeing the money in the letter. He got very angry when he counted the money and found only 70 pesos. He felt that God could not have made such big mistakes. At last, Lencho replied to the letter. He calls employees a bunch of crooks. Then immediately Lencho wrote another letter to God. He put it into the mailbox. The postmaster opened it again. Lencho had written in that letter that he had received only 70 peso, but he had asked for 100 pesos. He asked God to send them rest money, but he also tell God to not send it through the mail. It was because the post office employee were bunch of crooks. So at last, what will be the conclusion of the story? That from this lesson, what we learn? We learn that faith has the power to give us what we want to fulfill our needs and dreams. And however, one must realize that humanity in this world is still privileged. So my dear student, this is the whole story of the first chapter of the class 10 English literature, a letter to God. I hope you all students understood. I will try to give you some important the questions of the chapter, and definitely these questions will give you a very good number in exam also. And you follow my exercise, my questions and answer, 100% you make it sure you will score a very good marks in your board exam. So this is the whole chapter just I now explained. I hope you guys like my this class. So my dear student, you are requested please subscribe my channel, like, share and also comment. Thank you very much.